Yo, let's go and welcome to the video. This is the Shadow Resist fight in Black Temple, Mother Shahraz. It's a pretty simple fight. I'm just going to be positioned underneath this statue here on the right, and you want to get it to where when you jump you don't go anywhere so you don't get knocked up at all during the fight. It's going to lower your DPS obviously, and you're going to take damage that your healers shouldn't have to worry about. I used mana pots and dark runes for this fight. It was a little over 3.5 minutes, 3.5, 4 minutes, somewhere in there. So mana is a bit of an issue since we're using that shadow resist gear. We don't have as much intellect, spirit, things like that. And we didn't even have heroism for this attempt. So adding heroism on top of the already increased mana issues is just going to make us go boom that much faster. So there's some debuffs popping up over here. There's two that we want to look out for. There's some, like this one is holy. There's one for like fire and frost damage. We want to be looking out for the arcane and nature damage debuff. Nice thing about this fight is we don't have to worry about trying to chase down our shaman's totems because they're just going to be positioned in our range the entire fight. So we don't take too much damage during the fight unless you get that fatal attraction. But what happened once or twice was the fatal attraction was right near our group, so that's when the shadow resist is going to be important because you're not going to take as much damage by being near the fatal attraction people. So I backed it up just a couple seconds while I was hovered over the debuff. So there's prismatic aura nature damage done reduced by 25, arcane damage done increased by 25. So if you do have an unused trinket up, or if this just happens to come up during your heroism phase, that's where you're going to get nice starfires, huge DPS for this fight. Could get unlucky, and this could pop up while you have a fatal attraction, and you're not going to be able to take advantage of it. So a little bit of RNG here, but I feel like this is going to get our starfires back up to where they are without shadow resist. So just keep an eye out on this buff here, this green debuff. No point in putting up insect swarm, which we don't use much anyways, or casting wrath at all during that. Alright, so here's the other aura for arcane. Arcane damage done reduced by 25%, nature damage done increased by 25%. So if we see this switch from starfire over to wrath, don't worry about moonfire during this 15 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever it is. Just switch straight over to wrath. It's going to hurt your mana a little bit, but at least you're still doing damage. Yeah, for at least the first couple weeks, I imagine I will only use mana pots, not even try to pop in a destro pot here. My battle res was on cooldown for this fight. I could have brought the hunter back up. I think Haloon could have got him back up early in the fight to make it go quicker. And with only 9,400 mana, that battle res is just going to really take our mana bar away. So if you do get fatal attraction, like what just happened right here on the stairs, you have to run away from everybody. You can switch to cat form, sprint away. You can try to park skin. We really have to be careful since we're using these mana pots, and we won't be able to use health pots. Same with the runes, we won't be able to use health stones. You might need to even heal yourself once you're done and you've broken that fatal attraction. Pop out, give yourself a hot or two is what I anticipate I would do if I got the debuff. The debuff is going to hurt your DPS, so hopefully you don't get that. And of course, the longer the fight, the more chance you have to get that debuff. So the faster the fight time, the higher your DPS, like always. But thanks for watching. Hope this gives you a little bit of a heads up on what to expect with this Shadow Resist fight. And I'll be back with some more boss videos soon.